Hi! Today I'm gonna teach you a recipe that the origin is still unknown. Some people say it's French, Crème Brûlée. Some others says it's English,
Crème Brûlée.
Or Spanish, Crema Catalana. I don't care who invented, I just care that it tastes so good.
I'm not telling you again what you need.
At the grocery store, you will only need 4 ingredients. Vanilla bean, eggs, sugar, and heavy cream.
First thing I'm gonna do is actually infuse my heavy cream with whatever flavor you want. The classic creme brulee asks for vanilla bean. You can infuse with lemon zest, with lime zest, with orange zest. You can infuse with rum. Any type of flavorings you want, this is the time to add to your cream. The cream is gonna infuse and make it super delicious.
The higher the fat content in your heavy cream, the creamier your creme brulee will be. Usually the organic and small local brands has higher fat content. Scrape out all the seeds from the bean. In case you want to substitute for an extract, you can do that, but it will lower the quality of your creme brulee a lot. Add the seeds and bean to the heavy cream. You rhymed. And I like to wash my fingertips filled with vanilla specks inside the cream. Totally optional. Over medium heat, wait until this cream rises to the top of the pan and then turn it off immediately. Just like this. But this actually never happened. I wasn't watching my pan close enough and this is what happened.
Cooking.
Don't be stupid like me, just keep an eye on your cream. Once you turn it off, put the lid in your pan and let the cream steep for 10 minutes.
This is my secret ingredient for an extra creaminess in my creme brulee. Creme brulee is basically eggs, sugar, vanilla, and heavy cream. But when you add a little bit of mascarpone, it is so high in fat content that it adds an extra layer of creaminess. But you don't have to use mascarpone, you can also use double cream. If you can't find double cream, just boil down your cream by half, and there you have double cream. Now I'm gonna whisk my egg yolks with my sugar, and here I'm gonna add half cup of sugar. For the right amount of ingredients, just go to my website. It's under the description here, under the description, under the video, so easy to find. Just look for it, you'll find. When you look for something, you find it. There's so many similarities between this recipe and the recipe for a creme anglaise or for a cream caramel. They all require the exact same ingredients. But the biggest difference, what makes it so special, probably has to do with the hard and creamy effect. Now I'm gonna whisk this until pale yellow, until it doubles its volume, and until it reaches a ribbon stage. But I'm gonna do it all outside because it's gonna take some time, and it's a special outdoor season. Now we have to whisk until we feel tired. That's why it's kind of good to have this little breeze and all the noise from the avenue.
This is the right consistency. When I lift my whisk, it falls in ribbon. That's why we call it ribbon stage.
You can simply use your mixer, which I have one, in fact, and I'm not using for some stupid reason that I just want to do things manually. It doesn't make sense. Don't be like me, just beep your mixer.
Reheat your cream again and pour it over the egg yolks to temper it. By tempering it, we increase the temperature of the eggs slowly so it doesn't curdle. Add 2 big tablespoons of mascarpone to the mixture and stir until it's dissolved. The mascarpone is totally optional, but like I said, it will make your creme brulee extraordinary. I'm sorry, but I have to say this, not even in France I often ate a creme brulee as good as mine. Fish your vanilla bean inside a bowl and use this as an excuse to lick your fingertips.
Oi, lindo! Today we have creme brulee.
Usually a creme brulee is baked in a shallow ramekin, but since I need to make them transport safe, I'm gonna use these glass storage containers that I have because it has lids. I sell those in my shop, by the way. Fill 1.5 inch up with the cream, and you don't need more than that because the cream is very rich. More than that would be suicidal.
Between us, I've got to implicate first the list of lies my mind has made first.
Creme brulee ready to go in the oven, and this is a very delicate cream, so we need to bake it at a bain-marie. A bain-marie, it's simply by placing your creme brulee in a baking pan and filling it halfway with water. In this case, this baking pan is so short that I'm gonna fill all the way up with water, and that's it. We are gonna bake at 300 Fahrenheit. Has to be low because this is sensitive, delicate, and we don't want the eggs to become like scrambled eggs. We want this to be super awesome.
Fill your baking pan with hot water enough to cover halfway up of the cream. Have your oven preheated at 300 Fahrenheit, and yes, it has to be low so the creme brulee remains very creamy and doesn't create any bubbles from bubbling inside your oven. Bake it for approximately 45 minutes.
Maybe tonight, got it right this time. It's a way we'll never know.
The surface should remain flat. If you see they're puffed up, you overbake them. Your oven time might vary a bit, so the best way to know if it's ready is by touching it. It should feel set, not wobble.
This wonderful custard is ready, but it's still missing the traditional look and texture to it, which is the crunchy layer on top.
It's called brulee, Raíza.
And you don't have to have a torch to make that. You don't have to put in your broiler to make that. I'm gonna teach you a very primitive but effective way to create the crunchiest layer on your creme brulee you've ever tasted. All we need is a spoon and a stove. And this spoon is gonna get a little dark, so just pick like a spoon you don't like very much, or I don't know, this one, I think I don't like her very much.
Leave your spoon in contact with the flame for 5 minutes so it gets super hot. Sprinkle a thin layer of sugar on top of each cream and slowly slide your hot spoon over it. Very important advice to you, every time your spoon cools off, you have to wash it thoroughly before reheating it again. If you don't remove the tiny bits of caramel from underneath it, it won't brulee anymore.
It's really hard for me to watch all these beauties around me and not being able to eat because I have to wait for my friends. We are gonna meet at the carousel, so I'm gonna put the lids on and run to the carousel so I can have a bite. Okay, eating in a carousel doesn't make much sense, but wearing a hat in the kitchen also doesn't make any sense, and I do it, so it's nonsense stuff. Let's go.
Carousels twirl all around excited youth. I do not mind. Oh, where tonight in a world full of thrills can carry me up far above it all. It's a long way down from here to the sun.
Hey, there's still 3 episodes left for my summer season to end, so just come back to my channel every Friday and a new episode will be there. Well, if you haven't subscribed yet, you should most definitely do that. So yeah, just subscribe. And also follow me on Instagram for totally useless photos.